Hey guys, so CSP 1.76 public is just about to go live, and one of the most exciting things I've seen in the 1.76 preview is the different rendering modes, and this includes split screen mode on one monitor. Yes, split screen mode for Assetto Corsa. Can you believe it? So Ilya has done it again. So this is all work in progress and very experimental, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like and how I've set it up. The first place for me to go then is into settings, and I'm going to go into content manager on the left here. And on the right hand side you can see that we've got testing access, and we've got a tick box there that I have ticked that says update to non-tested version. Now guys, I'm not recommending that you do this. This is just for show and to show you the work in progress. The app version here is 0.8, and you can check for updates, and you've got update every 30 minutes there. So that's my settings. You can also click on developer mode from here as well. I know on previous videos there's lots of other ways that I've showed you how to do that, but you can do it from there too. Do remember guys, this is the paid for version of Content Manager only. Over the last few weeks, I know I've done a lot of videos about CSP, but there's been lots happening in this world. At the moment, I'm on 1.76 Preview 91. I know 92 is out as well, but I had this installed and I thought, well, it works for me on this version, so that's what I'm going to show you at the moment. Do remember, as I always say, guys, to get this preview version of CSP, you do need to be on Patreon, so do support the modders. They're doing a fantastic job. So at the bottom left-hand corner here, we've got Mode Tweaks Triple, Mode Tweaks VR, and Mode Tweaks Custom. I'm in the Mode Tweaks Custom area here. So I've activated it. You can see it says new next to it, and it requires post-processing and FXAA in AC video settings to work. So go into Assetto Corsa and video, you can see I've got FXAA ticked there, and I've also got the post-processing effects. The settings that I've got on screen at the moment work for me, so that's the main thing for showing you this video. The next thing to see is that on here you've got 360 mode, you've got fisheye, and you've also got split screen racing. So it's the split screen racing that this video has got me really excited about. The other two, I know this is all work in progress, and I'm going to show you very briefly those. But you can see here you can put a tick box in there and it says horizontal layout. Now there is the three dots there that when I click on it, it does actually crash Content Manager at the moment. I don't know if it's my Content Manager or it's the settings that I'm running at the moment, but at least I can show you what the split screen looks like, and that's the most important thing. Now just on the video, I thought that I would run this in standard HD, but I'm actually going to run it in 4K. So I'm going to drop down to 4K there, and then we move to rendering mode, which now has new options on there. So you see at the bottom we've got 360, fisheye, and split screen. I'm going to put this on split screen. So that's new, that's never been there before. Very exciting. The other thing to note on this very experimental work in progress is that it works on race with one opponent. And again, I know this is going to be expanded because everybody's going to get very excited about this, and Ilya will be putting more work in, I'm sure. But this is just to show you running. Again, I've got the Audi TT Cup on there, so I think we're ready to go. So let's click on that go button. Whoa, there we are, split screen racing on Assetto Corsa on the same screen. That is so exciting. Ilya's done a fantastic job to get this working. There are some limitations on shadows and some of the effects and mirrors. That's all in the patch notes. Remember guys, this is very experimental, very work in progress. In fact, it's probably a proof of concept at the moment to see if this will actually work. So I've got the Audi TT Cup at the top that I will be driving. The one at the bottom is player 2 that I can't actually set the ini file up at the moment. Probably my mistake, or the new documentation will point out how to do that. Let's take this Audi TT up the track then. I'm just going to spin it around just so you can see how both of these views are looking. So I'm going into the distance on player 2. You can see it down at the bottom. I'm just on keyboard here guys, just to show you how this works. I'm just going to do a very quick 3-point turn here. And just to see how this renders. Now remember that Assetto Corsa here is rendering two separate scenes. So if you imagine the frames per second that you would get just on one scene, and I know some of you have got all different types of rigs, that these limitations are going to stretch then into two screens and could actually have some significant performance degradation. So this is all something to work through, and this is if this becomes mainstream on CSP. I really hope so. But you can see how this is working. And I'm really excited for everybody around the world that still plays this game, this fantastic modded sim racing game, what they will be able to achieve if this split screen mode goes mainstream. So thank you so much, Ilya, for showing us that. The next thing to look at is the settings menu again, and we're going to go into one of the other rendering modes. Just before we do though, 122 frames per second on there. So that's a good benchmark of what we can see against this fisheye mode. Do remember as well that fisheye mode and 360 degree mode are rendering multiple screens, so not two screens, multiple screens. So I think on here we've got 5 or 6 screens. So I'm just going to go up the track here and just move the steering wheel a little bit just so you can see how everything moves. So this is multiple camera angles all on the same game. I hope you guys watching this with all of the different variations of setup that you have can see a way of using this, and I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Again, it's a great addition to CSP. CSP here is manipulating the Assetto Corsa game engine in a fantastic way. Because there's multiple screens here, obviously there's going to be a performance hit, so that's something to keep in mind. And in fact, when we go back onto the settings menu, you can see there we're at 96 frames a second. So don't so much look at the frames a second, but the percentage performance decrease. Let's just try 360 mode here. So again, I'm just going to go on the drive menu and press go on practice. And now dropping into the game, we can see we've got multiple camera angles again. So I'm just going to press a quick start on there just so you can see as an example how this experimental work in progress is going to look. And I know there's some slightly different views on here. So they are the new experimental rendering features I wanted to show you in the latest version of CSP Preview. Ilya's doing a fantastic job, so support him and support all the modders for all the great work that they do, keeping this sim alive and making it so much better every time new updates come out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon, guys.